Hey guys, welcome to Hair Today. My hair has miraculously grown back. So quick. Not really. This bad boy right here is what we call a hair system. I used to wear this, believe it or not. I used to wear this, and this was my very first one. Crazy, right? Okay, so these are what you call hair systems. They're essentially a hairpiece. Now, why did I used to wear these? Well, quite easy. I worked in the hair loss industry for a company that I will not name, and part of the requirement of being employed with this company is that consultants wear a hairpiece. Now, obviously, this looks like a hairpiece. This is human hair. This is fine European hair. They both are. And you obviously have to have your sides longer. And when they adhere it to your head, basically what happens is it's blended. They cut it in and it's blended into your existing hair, so it actually looks pretty realistic. Now, obviously, I just popped it on top of my head like that, and of course it doesn't look real, but once it's blended in, it looks quite realistic. Now, I had quite bad hair loss when I was working for the company, so it made sense that I wore a system anyway to combat, well, not combat, but hide the fact that I had hair loss. I had to have that system on my head. I had it on for 2 years, and I used special adhesives. Initially, I had it bonded to my scalp with a special bonding agent, like a special glue, essentially. And I am convinced over time that definitely caused further hair loss for myself. So, that's why I really needed a hair transplant. Now, this right here is some people's only option when it comes to hair loss. Some people just do not have sufficient hair on their donor area to get a hair transplant. It just will not work. So people that are too far gone with their hair loss, it just won't work. And that was my job. My job was to basically just determine whether or not the person coming into the clinic was a laser therapy / medication candidate, 2, surgery candidate, and 3, a hair system candidate. Now, a lot of the people that come in were in the early stages of hair loss. So I, completely recommended that they get onto a preventative course of treatment first, plus laser therapy, which is proven to work. We've had really good results in our clinic. So that was my job, and it was really insightful, to say the least, to see the ins and outs of the industry. I had to deal with, when it comes to surgery, I had to deal with a lot of different surgeons, liaise with them, and it was very, very interesting, to say the least. Now, do I recommend hair systems? For the right person, sure. I mean, they can look natural given the right circumstances. The template has to be done properly. The conditions have to be met in terms of density. If it's too dense, it looks fake. And it has to have an appropriate hairline as well, because let's face it, I mean, you don't want a 20-year-old's hairline on a 70-year-old man. So you need the appropriate hairline, you need the appropriate density, and obviously the color match as well. And it's to the technique of the stylist to blend that in. So yeah, I've been through a lot with my hair loss journey. I first started off with that same company, minoxidil plus laser therapy, when I first started losing my hair all those years ago. And for the most part, it slowed down my hair loss. And I got a bit lazy, of course, and then it progressed further. And then that's when I decided, I was a bit naive at the time still, obviously, if I knew what I know now, I wouldn't have got a hair transplant back then. I would have definitely done things differently. So what I did anyway, and it was 21, 22, I got a hair transplant with Dr. Jennifer Martinique. I had 1,700 grafts placed in the frontal region, rebuilt my hairline, because I was receding this way plus receding that way. It wasn't very good, especially for my age. So I did that, and then that was fine for a while. I was using minoxidil every now and then. I was lazy again, stupid me. And it progressed a bit further, thinned out more. I started using concealers and things like that, Topic and similar to Dermatch, what's it called, Nanogen pencil, Aquamatch, I think it's called, to conceal. And for the most part, it worked for a while, but then, obviously that my hair started thinning to the point of where it was just like getting really noticeable. And then I got the job with the hair loss company, and then I had the system, and then that was great. I mean, it looked quite good. I had a full head of hair. And then when I left the company, I decided that enough was enough. I will get rid of the hair system and I will get a new hair transplant. Now, my original hair transplant was strip surgery. So I have a big ass linear scar on the back of my head. So I opted for FUE this time around. Now I got it and I was happy with it, but I still didn't achieve the full density that I needed. So therefore I opted for a third one in Tijuana, Mexico, and I think I may get the density that I am after. Time will tell, of course, but we'll see how we go. It's still early days. So my hair loss journey has been an interesting one. Now I'm consistent with the medications that I take. I take oral minoxidil, 5 milligrams every second day. So I do that all the time now to ensure that I don't get any further loss, and I haven't got any further loss, which is good. So it's been halted for the most part, from what I can tell. And like I said in my previous video, I'm trialing the laser helmet as well to help boost regrowth. Now, in my with my latest surgery of FUE, 1,000 grafts, I had hair medical restoration with the Cortez brothers. They also gave me PRP injections. Now, the jury's out on whether that's effective or not. Again, time will tell. But it was included in the package, so there's no harm in doing it because it's included. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit more of insight into my hair loss journey and what I've been through and what I've tried and what worked, what didn't work, and what I've been through. So yeah, it was just a small video for you guys to get a little bit more information. But if you do have any more questions for me or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me. I'll leave my email address in the description, and I'll leave a link to Hair Medical Restoration as well, because they did a great job. I'm very pleased with the work they did, and yeah, that's where we're at right now. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe, that'd be fantastic. Like the video, if you found it helpful. Put the bell on as well so you get more updates, because I will do weekly updates with my hair growth journey. It'll be 1 month by the end of this week, so that's pretty cool. It'll be my 1 month update. Just the other day, just 2 days ago, it was the 2-year anniversary since my second FUE procedure, so that was pretty interesting. So it's all happening, guys. Yeah, follow my journey. That'd be awesome. Thanks again, guys. Cheers.